Alicia. Today, we're introducing you to one of the UK's most exciting and fastest growing study destinations, Ulster University. You might already know a lot about Ulster, um, and basically, you might know so much about Ulster University already, and what a great proposition this is going to be for our students. Ulster University is about offering students a world-class UK education in a place that combines affordability, safety, outstanding career opportunities, and an incredible quality of life. We have a great range of programs that we will be offering, and they are going to have a fantastic net fees to make it a very compelling student choice. By the end of today's session, we hope that you'll understand why students are choosing Ulster University and why this is a university you can confidently recommend to students coming to you. Next slide. Here's what we'll cover today. We'll explore why Northern Ireland is becoming one of the UK's best kept education destinations. What makes student life so special? Programs available through the School of International Education, career outcomes, accommodation, admission details, and finally answer your questions. Just a couple of points before we start. We will take as many questions as you'll type in towards the end of today's session. So if you have any questions, feel free to use the chat function that you see at the bottom or top. I don't know, I can see it at the bottom. So hopefully you can use the chat function or the Q&A function that you see somewhere on your screen. Next slide. Yeah, students today are asking for more than just a degree, as you know. They want value for money, they want employability, they want safety, they want international experience, and Ulster University delivers on all of these. It combines internationally recognized education with modern facilities, strong employer partnerships, and a genuinely supportive student experience. And most importantly, these students at Ulster University, they graduate career ready. You can see the many accomplishments the university has achieved on this slide. They were the winner of the prestigious University of the Year award. They've been voted the best for job prospects last year, which is quite recent. They are a top 25 university, and they are and they're basically very diverse and large, with 30,000 students from 70 plus different nationalities. And we know that these really matter to students. Next slide.
What I love about the Belfast campus is the architecture. It gives off a very modernistic vibe.
It's a pretty amazing campus, actually, very huge.
It's just a 2-minute walk from my place of residence, and it's also like 5 minutes from the city center, which makes it very convenient.
The place I love the most in the whole building is the bridge walk on the 7th floor.
I really like the library. I have a quiet place to study if I'm on my own.
I also love how culturally diverse campus is. I'm able to interact with people from different parts of the world.
We have a lot of social spaces. When I'm hanging out with my friends in just the break, we can study or eat, or we can play some games as well, which is very nice.
They also have a wide range of facilities like the library, the gym. There's the SU bar, where students can also go there to have fun aside studies.
I also love the variety of foods available in the cafe, because in Northern Ireland it's difficult to get halal food, and when you study in Ulster, you get halal food in the campus.
So it's like everything a student will need, it's contained inside the walls of the university and the Belfast campus.
I think the video sums everything up perfectly, what it's like to study at Ulster University and also what it's like to study in Northern Ireland in Belfast. Let's start with the location. Alicia, yeah. Northern Ireland is part of the United Kingdom, meaning students receive a UK qualification and then follow the standard UK student visa process. What makes Northern Ireland unique is that it offers all the advantages of studying in the UK, but with significantly lower living costs and a much more personal student experience. Next slide. Here are just a few reasons students love Northern Ireland. It's recognized as one of the UK's most affordable places to study. Belfast is home to more than 1,500 international employers. It's famous for its stunning coastline, the Giant's Causeway that you might have heard about, Titanic Belfast that I'm sure everyone's heard about, and of course the filming locations from Game of Thrones. Students get an amazing lifestyle while studying in a vibrant and welcoming community. Next slide. You can see how stunning these Belfast pictures are. There are many beautiful places like this that students can visit and explore while they're studying in Belfast. Next slide. Surely everyone knows Game of Thrones. Maybe would have watched it as well. Belfast was a key film location for Game of Thrones due to the beautiful Belfast surroundings and landscapes. Next slide. Again, just the slide before that. Yeah. Again, beautiful pictures of Belfast, and you can see that Belfast is a top world's most exciting city, with being the most affordable city in the UK. And that's very important to students, of course. And Northern Ireland has the lowest student cost of living in the UK. Next slide. Yes. As you saw in that video, Belfast is a city that's easy to fall in love with. It's compact enough that students can walk almost everywhere, yet vibrant enough to offer festivals, music, sports, shopping, and nightlife throughout the year. It's also recognized internationally as a UNESCO City of Music. The city is easily walkable, the coastlines are beautiful, and Belfast has excellent connectivity if students would like to make trips within the UK or even outside of the UK. Next slide. Yes, like I've been saying, Belfast is affordable. One of the biggest concerns for students or international students is affordability. Belfast consistently ranks as one of the UK's most affordable student cities, as you saw from the accolades that they had won earlier. Lower accommodation costs, lower transportation costs, lower everyday living costs, which means students can focus more on their studies and less on financial pressure. Next slide. You can see in this table how affordable Belfast is in terms of rent, utility, and transportation. Belfast is quite affordable in comparison to most other big cities in the UK. Next slide. With students from over 70 plus nationalities, there's so much students can do. They have a really strong international community and a vibrant student lifestyle, and students can always feel like they're right at home in Belfast. Next slide. Yeah, this slide gives a glimpse of the festivals, attractions, as well as sporting events and the traditional food students can experience while they're in Belfast. There's always a lot that students can do. Next slide. So Belfast is a bit of a travel hub that can give you access to a ton of places. You have direct flights to travel to 42 countries and 180 destinations. They've got 2 airports very close to each other and very close to the city as well. Next slide. Yeah, you can travel to Manchester, Glasgow, Liverpool, and Birmingham in under an hour. And London is just slightly over an hour. And flights can be as cheap and can start at around 59 quid one way. They also have ferries, and the ferry terminal is just 4 miles from the city center. So it's very, very conveniently located for students who would like to try that mode of transport as well. Next slide. International travel is convenient too. Just for around £80, you can travel to a whole different country. There are regular flights to cities like Paris, Amsterdam, Rome, Prague, Barcelona. Students can take a quick flight during holidays and really explore the world while they study in Belfast. Next slide. Traveling locally is super easy for students as well. Students of Ulster University can get up to 50% off with Y-Link student travel cards, which makes their travel transportation extremely affordable. Rail connectivity is quick and convenient as well. Students can easily access other cities with their very frequent train services. Next slide. Yeah, very briefly, like on the chat, I think I saw a question where someone had asked how many campuses there are at Ulster University. So Ulster University has 3 campuses: Belfast, where our School of International Education will be, and where our students will study during their first year. And they also have Coleraine and Derry, which we will talk about in the next few slides. Next slide. Belfast is Ulster University's modern city campus. It's home to cutting-edge facilities like the Bloomberg Labs, moot courts, television studios, and innovation spaces that mirror real workplaces. Our students will be studying here, and majority of their progression degrees will be at the Belfast campus as well. But of course, depending on their progression degree, students may have the option on where they will study. Next slide. Of course, the university isn't all about lectures. It's about discovering new interests, making lifelong friendships, and developing personally. Whether students enjoy sports, volunteering, music, entrepreneurship, or cultural societies, there's something for everyone. They also provide mental health support, which is really important for international students leaving their families for the first time or traveling to a new country for the very first time. There's so much students can do to feel like they're part of a very vibrant and friendly community. Next slide. I really like this slide. This slide shows the sheer number of clubs and societies they have. As you can see, we've even managed to get some of them included alphabetically because of the many, many clubs and societies they have. Their student union is a top 20 student union in the UK, and with over 70 clubs and 90 societies, students quickly can become a part of Ulster's community. Next slide. Yeah, we come to Derry, London Derry. While students starting with us, as I mentioned earlier, will study in the Belfast campus. For their progression, they can choose Derry, provided their progression program or their progression degree is available there. Some progression degrees are available both at Belfast and Derry. For example, the the Bachelor's of Engineering in Artificial Intelligence, the Mechanical and Manufacturing Engineering, the BSc in Software Engineering, along with the Bachelor's of Engineering in Electrical and Electronics Engineering are only offered in Derry. Though, don't know if you all noticed, but though I mentioned the BSc Software Engineering just now, the BEng in Software Engineering is offered only in Belfast. Students studying computer science or law can pick between the two campuses. So either they can study in Derry or they can study in Belfast. Once they pick their campus, they're not required to study across more than one campus. And the Derry campus is great. They have fantastic engineering and computer science facilities. They have facilities for creative audio, a ScanEye hub, a health innovation and a creative hub that you see in the pictures. It's all very futuristic. Derry combines innovation with creativity. Students can, of course, enjoy a close-knit campus community with world-class facilities in, or like I said, engineering, computer science, AI, and digital technologies. Next slide. In terms of student experience in Derry, Derry is a beautiful, compact, very walkable city center campus. They have easy access to stunning coastlines and many outdoor activities. There's so much to do in Derry as well. There are a lot of cafes, restaurants, and pubs all in walking distance. Everything is well connected by rail, road, and the Derry airport as well. They also have the famous, they've also got quite a few famous, world famous festivals, including Europe's largest Halloween festival, where you get to see everyone getting excited about it and everyone dressing up in as different characters. Next slide. For students looking for something different, Coleraine offers one of the world's most beautiful locations and definitely one of the most beautiful locations in all of the UK. Studying, imagine a student being able to study just a few minutes away from award-winning beaches, coastal walks, and the Giant's Causeway. The pictures that you see here, they're stunning, but barely do them justice. The location is just beautiful and really, really great for students looking to live and study amongst beautiful surroundings. Next slide. Now, Coleraine has only 2 progression degrees accessible to our students, so it's great news for students wanting to study an undergrad in tourism management or event management. These students get to study and really be surrounded by a lot of beauty. The campus is just 10 to 25 minutes to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. They have modern sports, they have modern sports and fitness facilities, and it's a great campus for students who enjoy outdoor activities like surfing and coastal walks. Next slide. Yeah, the success of a university is always reflected in its graduates, and they have over 260,000 alumni across the world. Next slide. Ulster alumni include Nobel Peace Prize winner John Hume, world #1 golfer Rory McIlroy, acclaimed actor James Nesbitt, who acted as a dwarf, I think his name was Bofa, as part of Thorin Oakenshields' party in The Hobbit, and internationally renowned author Oliver Jeffers. Their achievements, of course, show the impact that an Ulster University education can have on a student. Next slide. Yeah, this is where, oh, there's a video. Let's watch the video. Yes, this is where Oxford International becomes a part of a student's Ulster University journey. Through our School of International Education, students gain access to a large number of undergrad degrees at Ulster University, and we will cover that soon. International students receive dedicated academic support from the moment they enroll until they progress onto their degree. So this map shows where our students will study. Students will study at the main university building, also known as Block BC in the Belfast campus. Students will also have access to all university facilities and instantly feel part of the university from the moment they arrive. Their Ulster University journey will essentially start here. Next slide. Students can choose from an International Year Zero or an International Year One program across business, law, computer science, and engineering. Successful completion will guarantee progression onto a wide range of undergrad degrees at Ulster University. As you may already know, International Year Zero leads to the first year of a student's undergrad, while an International Year One will lead a student to the second year of a student's undergrad. For a student studying an IY1 or an International Year One, they spend the same duration as a student going in for a direct undergrad. However, they will receive plenty of academic support, be in smaller classrooms, have more one-to-one support from their teachers, and of course get more personal guidance and be part of Ulster University from day one. We're basically here to ensure that students have the best international student experience and gain confidence to excel in their studies and gradually get used to life in the UK. We also have extremely attractive net tuition fees that we will speak about very, very soon that will hopefully that would essentially mean that students can start their Ulster journey while saving money as well. Also, all of these programs are integrated routes, which means students will receive a visa for their entirety of their undergrad programs. And our first intake will be in January of 2027, and our admissions portal is now live to accept students wanting to start their student journey at Ulster University. Next slide. You can see the number of progressions we offer for students studying an International Year Zero. I'm not going to read them line by line, but Alicia, you can keep this slide here for a minute or a few seconds. In the meantime, I can provide a few highlights. We have programs like business, accounting, economics, HR, marketing, tourism management, event management, hospitality, law by itself, or law coupled with criminology or politics, health and social care policy, quantity surveying, building surveying, and under computing and engineering, we have architectural technology, artificial intelligence, computer science, and many engineering degrees like electrical and electronics, mechanical, mechatronics, renewable energy. You might also have seen that they have a BSc and BEng, as I was speaking earlier, for software engineering, depending on whether a student wants their undergrad to focus on practical application of the subject or to focus more on scientific theory and principles and research methods. But yes, we have a huge range of progression degrees to offer to our students. The different colored bullet points that you might see indicates which campus offer these programs. The purple ones are the ones at their Belfast campus, and the amber ones are offered in Derry. The ones that have 2 bullet points mean that they are offered at both campuses and students can choose their preference. Of course, students can choose their campus preference while they study their first year at the Belfast campus, so there's no pressure right away for them to make a choice. You can also see that tourism management and event management is offered only at their beautiful Coleraine campus. Next slide, Alicia. Here you can see the progression degrees for students going into an International Year 1 program. We have business management, marketing, computer science, software engineering, again, with both BSc and BEng options, mechanical, electrical and electronic, mechatronic and manufacturing offered at either Belfast or Derry, depending on the progression and the program. Marketing and computer science are offered at both campuses, so students can pick the campus they would like to progress into. Next slide. The business school. Ulster's Business School is extremely well accomplished. They're ranked #1 in the UK for marketing, 5th in the UK for accounting, and student satisfaction for business management is ranked at 92%, which is really, really high for any university. They have over 50 years of experience driving businesses forward as they opened their business school back in 1975. They also have achieved 100% outstanding or very considerable research impact for business management, and many students have taken this journey with them. 9,490 students completed their business education in 2024-2025 at Ulster as per HESA data. Next slide. Computing and engineering. Again, they're 3rd in the UK for civil engineering and a top 15 university for general engineering as per the Complete University 2026 rankings. These are very recent rankings and shows how great their engineering programs are. They have very strong industry links with top employers. And students will be able to take an optional work placement year and even internships and industry projects during their undergrad studies, which we will talk about more in the next few slides. Next slide. Optional work placement. An optional work placement year is available for all international students. These are also called sandwich programs or sandwich courses. This is generally completed before a student finishes their final year of their undergrad. And Ulster University has an extensive list of top UK and global employers that they're partnered up with, which obviously would allow our students then to work at many of these fantastic organizations. This is great for students wanting to get some work experience before they graduate and then they become career ready. For students interested in undertaking a placement year, they need to speak to their course director once they start their degree program. They don't have to decide it at the time of their application, which is good because it gives them time for them to actually decide. Students opting for this will need to apply for a visa extension because it's an year additionally and pay approximately £4,900 for the additional placement year. But at least they don't have to worry about applying for a job or looking or job hunting for that matter, because Ulster University is partnered up with so many employers that would help them get this additional placement year. Next slide. Yes, ultimately, students invest in an education to build successful careers. And that's why employability sits at the heart of everything that Ulster University does. Courses are developed alongside industry, which is very important. Students can undertake optional placement years, as we just spoke about. They do everything to ensure that students are career ready and highly employable by the time they graduate. The location helps a lot too, as Northern Ireland is home to over 1,500 international companies. So students have access to all these companies right at their doorstep. Next slide. Yeah, it's a lot of logos that you're seeing, that you will see on this slide and the next slide. Ulster works closely, as I said, with leading employers to ensure graduates develop the skills companies are always looking for. These partnerships will create valuable placement opportunities for our students, internships, and graduate employment pathways as well. And in these slides, you can see the number of organizations the universities partnered up with, and you'll also see some logos that look very, very familiar. Next slide. Again, it's a continuation of the same logos and some of the companies that they work with. Again, some of those local logos are, of course, very, very familiar when you see them, and you obviously, it's easy to spot them as well. Next slide. Career support begins from day one through CV workshops, interview coaching, employer networking, and recruitment fairs. And this means that graduates at Ulster University, they leave with both academic knowledge and real workplace experience. And many students can't say that when they study at a university, but with Ulster, they can. And Ulster has been recognized for this as well. They've been voted as the best in the UK or the best university in the UK for their outstanding career services just last year. Next slide. Yeah. Again, there's so much that Ulster University does. They also bring in industry specialists for guest lectures to inspire students and provide them with real industry insight. That could always be helpful. Next slide. Yeah, this is a testimonial from one of Ulster University students talking about how supportive Ulster University is and how they go above and beyond to support students with academic training, with real opportunities to help develop practical skills, confidence, and lasting networks. As we know, networking opportunities can go a long way for a student aspiring to get a good job later. Next slide. Finding accommodation is often one of the biggest concerns for international students. And I'm sure you'll get a lot of queries about accommodation and wanting to get their accommodation arranged or for more details about accommodation. So Ulster University offers a range of trusted options from modern student residences like the Biscuit Factory to private accommodation through StudentPad. Whatever students are looking for, there's an option to suit different budgets and different lifestyles. As you can see, their accommodation has won them many awards for best student community, best university housing, best student well-being, and best moving in experience across all of the UK and Ireland. Next slide. Yeah, these are some of the accommodation options that we will look at in the next few slides. So they basically got the Biscuit Factory, Jordanstown, and of course, we'll talk a little bit more about StudentPad as well. Next slide. Yes, the Biscuit Factory. And yes, it used to be a real biscuit factory long ago where they used to manufacture cream crackers and export it all across Europe. But now it has been heavily renovated to make it a luxurious student accommodation. You can see from these pictures just how fancy it looks. They have everything and more for students to make their lives comfortable, from laundry rooms to a cinema room to a fully equipped games room to private dining spaces. They basically got everything. Next slide. They are literally next to the main campus building in Belfast. So the Belfast City campus that we were talking about, just literally less than 3 minutes, I would say. It's barely a 3-minute walk to the campus. Students will not have to worry about a commute. They've got 24/7 security, a gym, and most importantly, it's also available to students under 18 as well. For students booking early, they also have discounts and offers available as well. They also have well-being programs for students moving in for the first time, and they help organize social events for students to make friends so that they can settle in much faster. So there's a lot that the Biscuit Factory offers to students. Next slide. Yeah. Jordanstown is a bit further away. It's around a 15-minute drive to the campus, but it's ideal for students who enjoy fresh air and being close to award-winning beaches to go on frequent walks and for outdoor activities. They also have sporting facilities that are world-class for students who enjoy an active lifestyle. And of course, they have everything else as well. Bills are included, and they have laundry facilities, accessible rooms for students that require them, and bike storages for bike storage facilities, and social events as well as for students to help. Basically, that would help students build a small community on their own. Next slide. Yeah, students can also use Student Pad, which will give them access to a whole range of options depending on their budget. Whether a student is looking for a shared accommodation or private rentals or homestay options, they've got everything. Student Pad is a secure and trusted accommodation platform. You might be already very familiar with Student Pad as well. And of course, they've got more flexible contract lengths depending on student requirements as well. Next slide. Yeah, this table gives you a view of how much it's going to cost at Biscuit Factory and Jordanstown. And of course, Student Pad prices will vary depending on the options students select, and some of the options, especially house share options, could be significantly more affordable as well. At both Biscuit Factory and Jordanstown, students can choose a contract length of 1 semester or longer, but for 1 semester, that's ideal if a student needs time to adjust as soon as they arrive in Belfast. But this table sort of gives you an overview of everything that you need to know as a summary. Next slide. Again, this is a summary of and an overview of the cost that we just covered. Like I said, with Student Pad, it can maybe vary depending on what the student chooses. If they're looking for something that's shared, of course, the costs will be significantly lower, but it also depends on availability at the time. Next slide. Yes, we're moving on to admissions. So our admissions process, we're coming to the tuition fees soon, but just to quickly talk about admissions, we've made our admissions process really, really straightforward over the last few years, and we've made it very easy for everyone. Firstly, we're now live and open to accept applications, so you can start submitting applications for Ulster University School of International Education. And you might also be very familiar with our AI admission system that can help issue a conditional offer in literally minutes. This means that you can send in an application and also get an offer in principle while a student is sitting right in front of you. So it's that simple. And coming to tuition fees, these are our gross tuition fees. Of course, we have some amazing scholarships available as well. Our gross fees start from around £15,185, depending on the market or region. And you can see that it's already very affordable, even before a scholarship is applied. The Ulster proposition is amazing. It's a really, really great value for money, and students leave the university career ready. And these tuition fees will make it easier for students to make a choice and know that they will leave the university career ready, and they'll also study in a university that has global recognition, a university that values them, gives them a great student experience, and helps them become highly sought after graduates and become very employable, because ultimately students want a degree that gives them great career prospects as well. Next slide. You can see an overview of our net tuition fees here. Depending on the region or market, we have a variety of scholarships available for students. We will go through some of those regions or key markets in the next few slides. Our net fees can be as low as £11,685. So it's really, really affordable for International Year Zero. And we can go as low as £12,185 for International Year One. So this includes the early bird scholarship of £500 a student can get by paying their deposit before the 31st of October if they're applying for the Jan intake. We also have amazing progression scholarships for each year of a student's undergrad. So Ulster University offers £3,500 for all students and all nationalities for every year of their progression fee. And their fees can be as low as £13,990. So just under £14,000 per year to study at Ulster University. So you can see how affordable this proposition is for students. Next slide. You can see country-wise scholarships here for International Year Zero and International Year One. For students from Sub-Saharan Africa, fees start from just around £12,185. For North Africa and RCIS, fees start from around £11,885. Next slide, Alicia. For these countries listed for Southeast Asia and South Asia, net fees can be as low as £11,685. If you can't see your country listed here, feel free to reach out to your OIG contact or GRT member to get more specific country-wise information. Next slide. Next slide. Yes, course dates. Our welcome week starts on the 4th of January and the course start date is on the 11th of January. So our last enrollment date is on the 22nd of Jan, which means students need to be at Ulster University and enroll by the 22nd of January, ideally before that. And most importantly, our CAS deadline is on the 28th of November. So please ensure you start submitting those applications right away so you have time to get them CAS ready. Next slide. Yes, these are our global English requirements. We need an IELTS of 5.5, nothing less than 5.5, or an ELLT of 5, or a PTE of 51, no band less than 51 for all of our programs, regardless of whether they are International Year Zero or International Year One programs. Again, they are all integrated programs. And therefore, one visa for the entire duration of the program. The only exception is if a student wants to opt for a placement year, where they will have to apply for an extension for their visa while they are in the UK. Next slide. We have English waivers available for a number of countries. I won't read them individually. Alicia, if we could stay on this slide for a few seconds. We have waivers available for Ghana, India, which includes state boards, but barring north of India, which includes Punjab, Haryana, UP, and Uttarakhand. We also have waivers for Nepal and Nigeria as well. Next slide. Again, if you can stay on this slide maybe for a few seconds, we've got waivers for Kenya, Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and Thailand as well. Again, we keep this. And again, one other thing that I need to mention is, I think on the first slide, I think we mentioned that we also, of course, accept GCSEs and A-levels, for example. So if students have any of those UK O-levels or GCSEs or A-levels, those students will also be able to opt for a waiver as well. Next slide. Global academic requirements. Again, I won't read them individually, but these are our global academic requirements where we can accept IB, GED, and a recognized UK accredited foundation. There are a lot of foundations out there, so we need to make sure that it's a recognized foundation, and it's ideally a UK accredited foundation. Next slide. Again, we'll keep this slide on for a few seconds. We haven't included every single country here, but these are key markets and their requirements. These are academic entry requirements. So we've got a number of countries here, and I think we also have another slide with a few more countries. So we will just leave this here for a few seconds. Next slide, Alicia. Yeah, a few more key markets are included here as well. And again, we will be sharing the deck. So you can always go back and check what you may have missed. And also if there are markets that you're not seeing in these slides, you can reach out to your OIGGR team member and they could help you, they can help you understand the requirements for each country. Next slide. Deposits. These are deposits for some of our key markets. You can see that we asked for £4,000 prior to cash issuance for majority of our markets, which is really great. For Nigeria and Ghana and Iraq, we're asking for £6,000. Next slide, Alicia. Yeah. For Nepal, the deposit requirement is £4,000, and for Sri Lanka, the requirement is £6,000. For Bangladesh and Pakistan, we require 100% of tuition fees to be paid prior to cash issuance. And for India, north states like Punjab, Haryana, UP, UK, we need 100% of fees to be paid before the cash issuance or before getting to that stage. And for the rest of India, we require £8,000 to be paid prior to cash issuance. Next slide, please. Yeah, in terms of study gaps, for most countries mentioned here, we have a study gap requirement of 3 years from their result published date. For Nigeria, we accept a gap of up to 7 years. For all countries that are not mentioned here, that's good news because we don't have restrictions, but we will have to refer those applications to compliance for approval if their gap exceeds 7 years. And we may ask for details of their gap to understand what they've been doing since they completed their last qualification, basically. Next slide. Credibility interviews. Again, if you see the country, we will give you information. If you don't see it, it's good news because that would mean that there are no credibility interviews if you don't see your country listed here. But for countries listed on this slide, we require credibility interviews. This is a standard across our entire portfolio, so hopefully there are no surprises here. Next slide, please. Now, the admissions process, this is important. Of course, given that we're just launching the program, we're waiting UKVI's approval shortly. We're hopeful that we should get it really, really soon. And for the time being, once you submit an application, we will be able to issue an offer in principle, which will highlight all the conditions that are pending. And as soon as we receive UKVI's approval, of course, we will be able to issue the conditional, unconditional offer. And once the student meets all the requirements, the university will issue a CAS. We expect the CAS turnaround time to be around 5 working days. That's the agreement that we currently have with the university. So hopefully, and we're pretty sure that the process will be very much smoother and faster for students and obviously to you. And of course, upon receiving a CAS, students can then make a visa appointment, lodge their visa. And finally, once they get their visa, students will have to travel to the UK and enroll successfully before the last enrollment date. So that's the overall admissions process. Next slide. Yes, the agent portal. Hopefully everyone on this call has access to the agent portal. The agent portal will make your life easier and the turnaround time will get much better. It'll be much faster. And you can, of course, track the application in real time and upload all pending documents. If you don't already have access, please register for the agent portal via agentportal.oxfordinternational.com. Fill in the details and register. And once you've registered, you can log in using your username and password. The QR code on the slide will also take you to the agent portal, and we recommend that everyone submitting an application to OIG register for it. And hopefully for your first Ulster University application, it will also come through the agent portal. Next slide. Yes. Just a quick update on ELLT. You may already be aware of ELLT Express now, hopefully. But for those who aren't, we've launched ELLT Express, which will make everyone's life easier. It will allow your students to book a speaking test and receive their results in less than 24 hours. And this will help a lot when students are rushing to meet deadlines. We know what that's like, especially when a deadline is just around the corner and a student is trying to meet their English requirements. So, of course, slots are on a first-come, first-served basis. And as you know, ELLT is recognized by Ulster University as well as majority of the universities in the UK as well. Next slide. Yeah, we've also got a dedicated WhatsApp number to support you in every way. You can scan the QR code that you see on the screen, whether you need a program, whether you need program information, application support, entry requirements, you can just get an instant WhatsApp response once you send your query. And it will make everything very, very convenient, especially if your OIG contact or GRT member, if they're attending events or they're traveling, it will, and if you really want an instant response, it's easy for you to just get on WhatsApp and get your answers, get your questions answered. Next slide, please. Yeah, you can see a bunch of QR codes here with our marketing collateral, and I will now pass this on to Alicia from our marketing team to quickly take you through the collateral that are now available for Ulster University.
Hi everyone, thank you, Srini. So by the end of today, we will have on the marketing portal all the resources available for Ulster. So on the marketing portal, we'll have overview flyers, roller banners, dates and fees fact sheets, and other various fact sheets as well for your to be able to download. Also, we have the Ulster University landing page, which is now live on our website, along with the entry requirements and course list. So the application form is live. If you scan the QR code, that should direct you straight to the Ulster University website. The application form QR link is also below, along with the agent portal, which is the slide Srini mentioned previously. The end of the day, we'll be sending out this recording as well and a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. That'll follow up in an email. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thanks, Alicia. So, as we've seen today, Ulster University offers much more than a degree. It offers outstanding teaching, excellent career prospects or opportunities, a safe and affordable student city, tuition fees that are extremely affordable, and they've obviously got modern campus facilities and 3 beautiful campuses as well. And for students, they will surely have an unforgettable student experience as well. So for students looking for a UK education that combines quality, value, and opportunity, Ulster University is an exceptional choice for them. And we look forward to welcoming students for the Jan intake and working very closely with all of you to help drive this. Thank you again for your time, and we hope that this session today helped you learn more about Ulster University and our School of International Education. And hopefully you can also now confidently help recruit students as well. And we definitely look forward to getting those very first applications from you soon, because we are now live and you can start submitting those applications. Thank you once again, and now we will move on to answer questions. I'm sure we've probably managed to answer some of them already on the chat, but we will quickly take a look. We've got questions on the chat box as well as our Q&A. Mhm. Yeah, I think for a couple of you all, it looks like you all probably had some issues with your connectivity and couldn't see the slides. As Alicia said, we will be sharing our slides as soon as possible, along with the recording. For fashion designing, we unfortunately currently at the moment, we don't have fashion designing available. The cash deposit, could we go back to the cash deposit slide, Alicia? As I said earlier, majority of the markets, we require £4,000. There are some markets where we require £6,000. Not sure where you're from, but this is what we currently offer on this slide, you can see. And if your students are from South Asia, and if they're from Bangladesh, Pakistan, or the north of India, we do require 100%. What's the maximum study gap for an IY1 or an IY0? It's 3 years for Bangladesh. The exception to the countries listed here on this slide is Nigeria, where we accept 7 years. Any other country that's not listed, that means we don't have a restriction. Application fee, we don't have a specific application fee as such. So again, we spoke about our tuition fees. Alicia, if you can go back to the tuition fees by countries under our CIS. A little bit further down on scholarships by country. The one under that. Yes. So this question is specifically for Uzbek students. Sorry, Alicia, just the slide above that. So if you have Uzbek students, basically they are eligible for £3,000 of scholarship. And as you can see, IY0 starts from 11,685 and the IY1 starts from 12,658. So no, there aren't application fees specifically, but of course there's the tuition fees. And if students pay before the 31st of October, they will be eligible for that early bird scholarship that we were talking about. And of course, the net fees that I just spoke about are inclusive of the early bird scholarship as well. Any criteria for scholarships? No, we don't have any criteria. It depends on the market that your student is from or their nationality. Yes, slides will be sent. Yes, Naishan, sorry. Yes, you've asked about the timelines from applying to the university till the intake. Example, if a student comes now, would it be possible for him to go in the coming intake? So when we say, so we're basically starting our intakes from the Jan intake, that would be our very first intake, which essentially means that you can start applying now. You can submit an application today and you can get started with the entire admissions process. And of course, the sooner you get it done, the better it would be, of course. So you can get started now and submit an application for the Jan intake. The waiver, I'm not able to advise you about direct entry. What I can tell you is that the waiver is available for students coming into the IY1 and the IY0, depending on the country. Of course, our waiver, English waivers are only available for a few specific markets as well. So if you have students and if your country was listed there, that would mean that your student will be eligible for a waiver into the International Year 0 or the International Year 1. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to the Q&A now. We do have Jan intakes and September intakes, and of course, we might have additional intakes as well. We will keep you updated when we have an update on additional intakes. Yes, and Alicia's graciously put the slide on the slide with the course dates for the Jan intake. Yes, everyone wants the slides. Of course, we will happily send the slides along with the recording as well. Sijan, Haryana University, India, can they apply with MOI? No, they can't. For students from India specifically, so we do accept state boards from India. So along with CBSE and ICSE and all of that. But if a student is from the north of India, specifically either from Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, or Uttarakhand, that will mean that they will have to provide us with a valid English test. So either IELTS or PTE or ELLT. And remember again, PTE requirement is 51, nothing less than 51. Hospitality management. I'm not sure what the question is. It says, what about hospitality management? Yes, we do have hospitality management. Alicia, if you can go to the slide with the programs. So the progression for hospitality, yes, there you go. As you can see under international tourism management and event management, you can see that we do have a BSc in international hospitality management. Is WIAC accepted? Yes, we do accept WIAC as well. Sorry, Alicia, do you think we can go to, I'm so sorry making you go through all the slides, but do you think we can go to the academic entry requirements for Nigeria? Yes, we do accept WIAC, sorry, the English requirements for Nigeria. Yes, we do accept WIAC, of course we do. Yes. You can see the WIAC requirements here on the last row. Sri Lankan students English waiver is O-level or A-level C pass within 3 years. Correct, Bhagya. It's either O-level or A-level C pass in English. Kindly show Pakistani fees also after scholarships. Okay, can we go back to the scholarship slide, the country-wise scholarship slide, Alicia? Are there any similar courses you would recommend? Unfortunately, at Ulster University, we don't, but reach out to your GRT member. We do have a very wide portfolio, of course. So if the student is specifically looking at fashion designing, reach out to your GRT member. Yes, as you can, sorry, the next slide, Alicia, the one that has Pakistan. Yes. This is, so if you can see on the last row that includes Pakistan here, we do have a scholarship of £3,000, which means net fees start from around 11,685 for IY0 or 12,658 for International Year 1. What's the maximum time a school is allowed to take past results to the university? One of school was unable to send. Yeah, they're very, very prompt in terms of their results. I understand that a lot of universities seem to have this challenge, but they're very, very prompt. And that essentially means, of course, before because they need their results to enroll for the next available intake, their results are generally published after around after around 2 weeks after their exams. There are a lot of answered questions. I can see 113 answered questions here on where an answer has been typed. So in the interest of time, what we're going to do is we're going to end today's session. But thank you so much for your interest. And of course, if you have questions, please reach out to us. We will be more than happy to answer all your questions and get back to you. And again, thank you so much for being here today and for your interest and your support as always. We really, really appreciate it. And of course, we really look forward to having a very successful January intake for Ulster University with your support. Thank you so much. And thanks again, Alicia, for all your support, and Tammy as well.